everyone, and I hope you're enjoying this 2023 Global Game Changers Summit. I'm Angus, and I'll introduce myself a little more in a moment, but I'd like to start by thanking the Ascendance team here for kindly inviting me to speak with you all today. It is an honor and a great privilege. So let's get started. Today, as you all think about your futures and the impacts you will have in life, I'm going to share my thoughts on this topic. Follow your passion. Nah, I think that's maybe a little too obvious. How about this topic instead? Don't follow your passion. Well, maybe that got your attention, and it probably got the attention of the conference team too. Maybe this should be the alternate title. Okay, so what do I really mean? My message today is that while finding and living your passion is extremely important, it's also very important to be careful not to get fixated and stressed out and blinded by this question of following your passion. By the way, for those who may not know, those things on the horse's face there are called blinders, and they're used to keep the horse's vision narrowly focused in front of them to prevent them getting startled or distracted. So why this cautionary message? I think there are three reasons to keep a sense of perspective when it comes to the idea of following your passion. One is that at any point in life, but especially as you're getting started, you may not clearly know what your passion is. Two, even once you identify a passion, over the course of time, things change, and it's important to be open to changing with them. And three, to be successful and happy, everyone needs a diverse set of skills and relationships. So you need to remain open to all possibilities as you go through life. Before we dive into these thoughts, let me introduce myself a little more properly. My name is Angus Glover-Wilson, and I'm coming to you today from just outside New York City in a beautiful area called the Hudson Valley. I've spent the last 20 plus years working in the tech industry in London and New York, in operations roles across digital media, advertising technology, and most recently, healthcare technology. And time permitting, we'll get more into my story a little later, but that's who I am. So let's dive in to our 3 points here. The first one is actually the primary reason I decided to speak on this topic today. Back when I was at your stage in life a long time ago, and thinking about what to do with my life, starting with what to study at university, I had no clue. I didn't have a vocation calling out to me. And when people asked me what my passion was or suggested that I find and follow it, it actually made me a little sad and anxious because I didn't feel like I had a passion. And it seemed like everyone else did. And I was jealous of that. So my main message today is, if this sounds like you, don't worry. Do the thinking, of course, but if there's not some huge light bulb that goes off, that's okay. Just get started with something, anything that feels like it makes sense to you now, and go from there. The path will emerge as you go along. The next one is kind of a good news, bad news point. Life happens. You grow and things change. You land your perfect passion job, and then the company goes bust. You're getting by, following your passion on a shoestring, and then something happens in life and you find you need to make more money and have to change course. You wake up one day and you have a new passion tugging at you to explore. The point is, nothing is static, and you can get tripped up if you stay too locked in to one thing and not open and ready to evolve. Lastly here, no matter what your core passion is, you will be so much more successful if you are open to all influences, to learning and support from a wide range of disciplines and people. If you only ever read about, follow, hang out within the narrow field of your core passion, you'll miss out on opportunities to move faster and more effectively, to come up with brand new ideas informed by diverse subject areas, and to meet wonderful people and build the life skills which all of us need in order to be successful and happy. So to illustrate this, I thought I'd just talk for a few minutes about my journey and how I ended up where I am, despite, as I shared, not having a strong sense of passion early on, and in fact, at many points in my life. So taking you back to when I was graduating high school and looking out at the future, probably a little earlier than most of you. And as I said, no idea what I was going to do in life. The only thing I knew is that the one thing that I'd most enjoyed studying at high school was geology. And so I decided to go study geology for the love of that. And that was the first pointer to these three themes, which now looking back, I can see, were my passions or are my passions: science and technology, story and impact, and the natural world. All of these three things come together in geology, but I didn't really think about it in those terms at the time. I just loved being out in nature, looking at rocks firsthand. I was excited by the science and the story of geology, understanding how the Earth came to be in the big picture and within the solar system, all the way down to the tiniest, microbe fossil. That was fascinating to me, and I decided to study that. Fast forward for very wonderful years of college, it was time to decide what to do with this now in life. Again, no clue. I did look at what the options were for a career in geology, and none of them appealed to me as a thing to do work-wise. And so I felt a little lost again. Now, I was very lucky that the internet, as we know it today, was this ages me, was just coming into full view, and so I was able to begin my career in digital publishing, as it was at the time. And again, looking back, I think I was very fortunate to find an industry to find me that combines at least some of these things, and roles that combine some of these things. Science and technology, obviously, those are technology in particular, the underpinnings of the digital media and technology industries that so much of our life is built around today. So the skills and sort of focus that my geology degree, believe it or not, had given me, did give me a certain foundation to then step into the technology realm. And the story of geology, the story of how a scientific journey or a technology journey actually results in an outcome that is tangible, that you can see, has also influenced my choice of roles and industries over time. I've found that for me, it's very important to be in a smaller company, for example, where the output, the outcome of one's actions is very tangible, where things move fast, where you can affect change, day to day, and see that change in action. That has been, I haven't deliberately chosen that, but it has chosen me, and it has been a kind of a North Star as I've moved through industries, companies, and roles. So fast forward, I spent many years in the digital media and advertising technology industries, which were great places to be, very exciting, very fast moving, innovative, and filled with wonderful, smart, motivated people doing brand new things and making significant impact to people's lives and their experience of education and of learning, and of consuming, actually, frankly. Then 7 years ago, I had the very good fortune to find my way into a healthcare technology company here in New York, which is building software and data products to learn from the experience of every person with cancer, and to improve from that learning the outlook, the experience of the unfortunately very many people who suffer from cancer, today and into the future. We work with cancer doctors to give them best in class software solutions that allow them to make better clinical decisions, to spend more time with their patients and less time in front of the computer, and to have their practices, their oncology practices, be successful, thriving businesses that can treat more and more patients more and more effectively. And we also work with pharmaceutical companies to provide data products and research to enable them to understand how their drugs are working in the real world, and to accelerate their research and their ability to bring new drugs to market more effectively and make sure that they get to the right patient at the right time. That's a phenomenal story and a phenomenal impact, and I feel very, very lucky to be part of this. And again, at no point did I, for example, decide cancer was going to be an area that I was going to focus on, that healthcare was a passion of mine. It was these more general passion principles, let's call them, of science and technology, story and impact, that led me to where I've got today. Now, as I look to the future, I'm thinking about where I want to point my impact going forward. And as all of us are acutely aware, the natural world is in dire straits, and there are a great many, happily, technical and societal solutions in front of us. And I'm excited, as I look to the future, to think about how I might build upon my background here in technology to point myself in a new direction. Still science and technology, still story and impact, and this time tackling the very significant problems of the natural world around us. So I hope this is somewhat useful. I hope it takes a little bit of pressure off you, like I wish someone had taken the pressure off me early on to figure it all out from the very beginning. Just identify those few things, or maybe that one thing that calls to you, even if it's in a small way. Get started, follow that, stay true to it, stay open, and see where it leads you. And with that, I think we're going to wrap things up here. It's been, as I say, an honor and a privilege to speak with you all. My LinkedIn here is at the bottom. Do feel free to reach out to me, and very best of luck to you all. Do your very best and make the impact that you are capable of. We need you. Thank you.